What's going on, Warriors? It's Coach Jay. If you guys are having trouble with your blood sugars and your blood sugars are going all over the place throughout the day, simple test you guys can do to set your long-acting insulin on the right track to make sure that your blood sugar is a lot more stable. You can lead with confidence with making that change with your basal rate, right? Again, basal rate, measuring our long-acting insulin if you're on long-acting insulin, or that basal that you're giving to yourself if you guys are on an insulin pump. If it's your first time on the channel, I help diabetics tone their blood sugar levels, burn body fat, or building muscle. I also help in terms of anyone that's out there looking for supplements to make sure you're taking the right supplements to get your goal set up the right way. It's a very simple test. It's just a fast. You guys are just gonna do the fast test. Now, when you guys are fasting, you want to make sure, again, you're only drinking water. I'm talking to you guys, do not want to work out, because if you're working out, this could impact where your blood sugar goes. Now, this could cause your blood sugar to go a little bit lower, which could impact the results. Another thing you want to make sure is you're not overly stressed or you're not sick. If you're stressed and sick, this can also impact the results of this test as well. So make sure it's at a time where you don't have a lot of stress on your plate and you're not sick as well. Again, we want to remove the variables that could impact your body's blood sugar. You just wake up. You guys are gonna go ahead and fast till about 3 p.m., even 4 p.m. The longer your fast is, the better off it is. The better off our results are gonna be for this test. Now, the goal that we're looking for is a normal blood sugar. Now, let's say after you're running this test and it's around 3 p.m. in the afternoon, your blood sugar has stayed consistently above normal ranges. Then we know your blood sugar level is simply just a little too high. You can go ahead and tweak this. So let's say, for example, you run this test and your blood sugar is at like a 13 on average, consistently in and around that. Then I would tweak this by giving myself maybe 1 to 2 units extra on that long-acting insulin that you have in order to keep your blood sugar a little bit more stable. Now, what you could also do, let's say, for example, you guys are on an insulin pump. So let's say you're giving yourself 1 unit to last you the day. What you guys could do is go ahead and increase that to 1.1 units or 1.2 units. I say to increase by 0.1 or 0.2 units. Now, let's say your blood sugar is low. Again, you do the same thing. If your blood sugar is going low and maybe you're consistently at around 4 or 3 and you keep going low with nothing on board. Now you guys want to lower that basal rate. So maybe instead of where you are, you lower that by 2 points. So if someone was at 20 units of, let's say, Lantus or whatever long-acting insulin you take, now you're gonna go down to 18, right? Or 19 and try that out. Now, if that's still giving you low blood sugar, then you're gonna go down to 17 or 16 and try that out again, right? Now, the goal is you obviously want to have a stable blood sugar in and around that normal range on that fasted state. And that's a good way that you guys can do a simple test to make sure that your blood sugars are in a normal range. Again, you wanna remove as many variables as possible during that test in order to make sure you get the best results you can. The reason why you wanna extend it past the morning on this test is because of the dawn phenomenon effect. If you're in the morning and that dawn phenomenon effect means that your blood sugar could likely go high as a result of the natural circadian rhythm of cortisol, glucagon, and adrenaline in your body in the early hours of the morning. And if you do that in the early hours of the morning, now the result of that is that your blood sugar could be high, but only high as a result of the dawn phenomenon effect. Now, if you're on an insulin pump, you can naturally shift this by giving yourself a little bit of a higher amount of insulin in the morning. I'm a victim of the dawn phenomenon effect. So what I would do is I would just give myself a shot of insulin earlier in the morning. So if I wake up in the morning and as soon as my eyes touch the light, I wake up, and this is not when I wake up and go back to sleep. I wake up and my blood sugar is at, like, let's say a 6 or a 7. And I know if I don't give myself any insulin, as soon as my eyes hit the light, I know my blood sugar is gonna go up after another 1 to 2 hours. So I'll naturally give myself 1 unit to 2 units in the morning. But that's just me. Key thing is recognize your own body's pattern, right? Because all of us diabetics have our own pattern that we have to dive into. What works for this person doesn't work for that person. But understanding your own body's pattern over a specific time frame is what's gonna allow you to lead with confidence to make that change on your insulin in order to bring that blood sugar and have a more stable